to this episode of Raising Killin', the podcast to motivate, inspire, and educate parents raising kids with special needs. I am your host, Marsh Naidu, and today I am sitting with Thomas Coronado, co-owner of Jordan's Grab and Go here in Dyersburg, Tennessee. Welcome to the show, Thomas.
Thank you for having me.
Guys, Tommy, together with his mom, Christine Coronado, own Jordan's Grab and Go. Tommy, tell me the concept behind Jordan's.
Originally, we started the store to give Jordan, my sister, a place to go to work because there's not any opportunities for special needs adults to work, and have that work experience or that interaction with people. So that's how it started, and it's just grown tremendously.
So, Thomas, I was actually looking back on our podcast list, and I actually interviewed Christine on episode number 3, y'all. So go back and check that out. It was episode number 3, and that was actually done in December of last year. And at that time, how long had you guys been open? How long have y'all been in operation for, Tommy?
It's going to be 2 years in January.
2 years. So you guys must have just been open shy of a year then.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about Jordan.
Jordan's a real character. She's always happy. She can be very vocal when she wants to be, but she could also be real quiet. It depends what mood she's in. At the house, she's on her show or playing with her cards. That's an autistic thing. She likes to do the same thing over and over.
Right.
And when she's in the zone, she's quiet as a mouse. But when she's watching, let's say, Sesame Street or Arthur,
Right.
and she likes to sing or talk a little bit more. So, that's just part of it.
Now, Jordan is 24, right?
Right.
She has a diagnosis of autism.
Yes.
And with the current situation going on with the pandemic right now, Jordan hasn't really been coming out to the store.
That's correct. We decided to isolate her since the pandemic started, just out of safety.
Okay.
She's one of those, she won't know any better to not touch her face or, her eyes. And so...
So we're just giving caution right now is
Right.
what you guys are doing.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? So let's take it a little bit to the beginning and kind of give us some history about you guys and your family as such, because I just think that is the most neatest thing, how you guys moved and traveled and got to live in different parts of the country. Because I think that also lends itself to understanding why your guys' menu is so diverse.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So I was born in Florida, and then Jordan was actually born in Chicago. So we were born in different cities, a few years apart. And then eventually, after my mom finished law school in Chicago, she moved us to Hawaii. And we stayed there a good 8 years. And so that's where me and Jordan were raised, all through school. And, in Hawaii, there's a very big, the Hawaiian culture and Filipino and Asian culture. So that's where some of our things that we've done, are, on our menu.
Have that
that's
Asian
influenced.
fusion.
Yeah, like the Philly egg rolls, for example. That's where kind of that idea came from. When we talked about doing, boba tea, which is really big in Asian culture in Hawaii.
Oh, man.
And so then we eventually we moved here.
To Dyersburg, Tennessee.
Yeah, but we didn't know we would do the store, not until a little bit later on. So we were just a regular family, Mom's always been a lawyer since she moved here. Stepdad, he retired in the Navy, and So Jordan didn't really have anything. I was working. I did college, right? Got my bachelor's, and then worked as a correctional officer. So, I was just working like everyone else, and then
So,
we.
what lit the spark for the restaurant, Tommy? What got that going?
Um, my mom was very passionate about again having somewhere for Jordan to call her own. You know, she didn't just want Jordan to stay home all day and just not have anything to look forward to. Because once Jordan graduated high school, there wasn't, there just wasn't very much that the community could offer her. So,
So,
we
Chris,
want to
you
change that.
guys went out and made that opportunity or
Oh
got
yeah,
things done. I love that.
we did, and we've hired other special needs people, and since then, and you remember Tabitha?
Yes,
She's our success story, we call it.
I love that.
And we've had like 3 other employees who were special needs as well that worked for us for a period of time.
So, Tommy, you guys have been in operation for 2 years now, and I have to give you a shout out because Jordan's is a place that my family love coming to. I mean, at least once, if
I
not twice a week.
I remember you guys when you first came in, and then who knew we'd be sitting right here 2 years later.
And your Thomas and his mom have done the most awesome act of kindness. My Tuesday, October the 6th, was actually World Cerebral Palsy Day, and these guys contributed 50% of their sales that day to raising Inc. so that we can use those funds and move towards the idea of creating an audiobook for What I Wish I Knew Back Then, which is a book that was written by myself as well as 3 other moms that we've put together for parents that are recently faced with a diagnosis of developmental delay and are not quite sure in which direction to move. But this book is a book of encouragement. We wanted to kind of move on to get that put into a audio format. So that is what the funds from Tommy and Christine's generosity of supporting our nonprofit is going towards. So you've done an amazing act of kindness, Tommy.
Hey, Marsh, it's our pleasure, and that's one of the things. Christine will tell you this too. We believe business should have a more of a higher purpose other than just making money. If you're just in a business just to make money and not help others, then, we don't necessarily believe that's, there should be more, and that's what we want to do. We want to help the community. We want to try to give back, Yes, we're a business. Yes, we got to, of course, make money, of course, to stay open. But we believe having a purpose definitely is a top priority and to give back always.
What is the vision for Jordan's? Where do you, as the co-owner, because you're very actively in managing the business, Tommy. You are there 6 days a week, and what is the vision that you have for Jordan's?
Eventually, we have talked about a second location. Still a little too early, but we have discussed various cities, in this area that we want to grow to. Absolutely. And we want to keep it, when we do expand, we want to keep it local. We don't necessarily want to, grow as like a McDonald's, and then kind of become too corporate, Our goal will always be to keep it local and to keep it small. Do you remember when we first met you guys? You came into the store?
Yes.
Do you remember that day?
Absolutely, because we actually came to the store for Jordan's birthday. It was in September, and you all had a Facebook post out there basically saying, it's Jordan's birthday, come celebrate with us. And I'm like, oh my God, how neat of a place to go to that supports the special needs community. And that's when we first met you and your family in Jordan. Yes, I do remember that day.
Yeah, it was just really something, just to meet you and how nice you were, and to meet Kellen. I think we just clicked. We knew we'd be friends with you guys.
Absolutely. I, so, Tommy, you are Jordan's big brother, and I know that it is not all roses being a sibling. Is there any advice that you could offer to other special needs siblings?
What I would say is you gotta be patient, be mindful, just try to be understanding. That would be my advice. And of course, I would say everyone's family is, not all roses.
But you roll with the flow, don't you? And you do your best for your sibling.
One day at a time.
Absolutely, one day at a time. Guys, go back to episode number 7. In that episode, Jessica Leving talks about being a special needs sub. She has a podcast as well, which you guys can definitely need to check that out, where she talks about her and Billy, who is actually her young adult brother that has a diagnosis of autism as well. So definitely check out Jessica Leving and the Special Siblings podcast. Tommy, what have you guys got planned for the store?
Well, right now we're doing the blue pumpkins, right? That's going on. So if you come to Jordan's, we're giving away these blue pumpkins for trick-or-treaters. The blue pumpkin is a symbol to show that a child or even an adult like Jordan has some sort of special needs. And it's meant to give people a heads up.
Can you tell me what your idea behind that is?
Well, we didn't create the blue pumpkin, but
Concept.
we heard about it through an article. We just came across it on Facebook one day, and then we thought to ourselves, well, let's just go buy some at Walmart, and then we'll give them away at our store, and then that's just another way to give back to the community and to help those kids or those families that might, have financial difficulties, that might not be able to get them a pumpkin.
But the blue pumpkin as well would perhaps in a way let adults that are like handing out candy kind of know that, perhaps just be more mindful of
Right.
how you approach a child, not just kind of scare them or just go up on them, but
Yeah.
rather just maintain.
Absolutely.
Just to be mindful. And that's all it is. It's not identifying. It's not identifying or to be anything more than just be cautious on how
Yeah.
you approach the child, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And, I remember my mom, when Jordan was younger, would take her trick-or-treating, and she would always have to, explain 20 times to 20 houses, like, hey, okay, she's special needs. Sometimes Jordan wouldn't say trick-or-treat, so Christine would say it for her, and she would always kind of have to, explain that a little bit, or, people, the house would look at her funny or didn't quite understand, So that's the symbolism of the blue pumpkin, is to help be more mindful, a little more understanding.
So, if you, for parents that would want to, pick up a blue pumpkin, all they would need to do, Tommy,
They just have to come to the store. No purchase necessary. We'll give them a free pumpkin.
awesome, y'all. So, guys, that's coming up for Halloween. Now, we're recording this on October the 10th, and Halloween, it's going to be on a Saturday this year as well. And I know that some parents are being mindful of the current pandemic and social distancing. But hey, I mean, even if you get a blue pumpkin and you fill up your kid's pumpkin, you know what I mean?
We'll have candy too to give away. If they're not doing the trick or treating thing due to the pandemic, they can come to our store. We'll give them candy too.
All right, that sounds an awesome deal, Tommy. So, any other promotions that are coming up?
I'll tell you this: what we are gonna do. Last year we did a drawing towards the end of the year to give someone free pizza for a year. So, and then we'll do that again this year. We'll draw a name on Facebook Live, and someone will win free pizza for a year.
Jordan's is it like a corporation, or is it a
No,
what?
it's just a store that we just own it.
Okay.
It's we're not a chain, or we bought the building ourselves.
Was that
We
the
got
old Sonic building, right?
It is. Yeah, so we bought the building. We got the license we needed. We did all the work ourselves. All the equipment, we bought here and there. And we set everything up ourselves. So we own 100% of it. I own 50% of it. My mom owns the other 50%.
So this is your footprint in the community. I mean, it's just not like this is not just something that's here for just right now. This is something that you guys want to build and grow and nurture and.
We'll be here as long as the community lets us be here. The pandemic has been a challenge, of course, for many businesses. Many businesses have shut down all over the country. But fortunately enough, we've been able to stay open. And so we pray, we continue to hope that we can stay open, because we've come so far. And, it would be really devastating to just lose it all, due to the pandemic.
Yes, sir. Especially moving towards this festive season, which, in my limited understanding, is a really important time for a small business, moving towards Christmas, am I right in saying this is when most of your sales and business happens, Tommy, or not really?
Actually, this is this time last year, towards at the end of the year, we had a decline. So we did more during the summertime, the beginning of the year, and then the winter time it actually declined some, believe it or not. But if you think about it, it's not surprising because you got Thanksgiving and Christmas, so people have to save their Christmas money to buy gifts, right? That's big in our culture. And then, they got to prepare Thanksgiving. People are traveling back home, to see family. And then top all that now with Corona, the pandemic. We do expect to see more of a decline than last year, but we'll still be open and we'll serve the community.
See, it's different when you're actually in a business, isn't it? And just, that's totally different.
And we're still learning, just like you and your podcast, one day at a time.
Me and Tommy are laughing because it just took 30 minutes to set up the equipment. We actually are recording this in the Dyersburg Community Library, and these ladies are always so gracious to let us use the space, and we're thankful to Catherine McBride, the director here, for making this podcast episode possible. So thanks, Catherine. Oh, me. So those are all the ins and outs, guys, of doing a podcast and owning a business. You just never know, but you know what? You don't give up trying. It's just one day at a time. You reach out to those that are able to offer assistance or direction, and you just try.
Absolutely. One day at a time.
That's it. Tommy, how can folks reach you? Where you're located at? Give us your Facebook details. So if anyone wants to reach out to you, all they can.
Just search Facebook on search for Jordan's Grab and Go. You'll find the page. You can also give us a call at 731-287-0702. And we are located on 1809 St. John in Dyersburg, just across from that cemetery.
Okay. All right. And Tommy, I thank you for your time. Thank you for believing in our in raisingkillen.org as well. And guys, go back and listen to Christine on episode number 3. And as always, spread the message of Jordan's Grab and Go, as well as of the Raising Killen blog and podcast, and we would really appreciate a rate and review on the podcast. All right. Thanks, Tommy. Guys, as always, remember, get to the top of that mountain. And this is Ma Schneider signing off.